Hello, good morning students. Welcome back to the session of the subject Building Construction Technology. As you know that we were already discussing about Hello students, welcome back to the session of Building Construction Technology. So now we have been discussing till now about the building components, right? Currently we are discussing about the module, the new session chapter, that is building components. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so in the building components I already taught you that we are going to study about 5 different types of building components. As such, there are lots of components which can be studied in the field of building construction, but for now let us have a brief inclusion of certain components which are important for you according to your syllabus. So the first we discussed was the doors, right? I have already mentioned with technical definitions and the components of the door, all of those things are discussed. So we are basically going to discuss about doors, windows, stair and staircases, floor and flooring, that is you can say floor covering also or just flooring, and the roof and the roof covering. So these are the 5 different types which we are going to discuss. We are already done with the doors part. Okay, the different types of doors are already discussed. Now we are moving forward with the second building component known as windows. Now, what is a window? You know what is a window, right? It is a framework. It is a framework which is provided, which is fit in the vertical opening of the structure, right? I think I have discussed all the technical definitions, but so that is why I am going to say it quickly, that it is a framework which is held safe in the vertical opening, right? Any kind of vertical opening in which you are fitting the framework, okay, which consists of the top rail, the bottom rail, the frames and the stiles. Now see, if I am saying all these things, it means that you have seen the lecture of the components of a typical door. Now the components of the typical door are going to remain the same for the components of the window, because it is one and the same. The difference is the types will be different, the size is different, right? The purpose is also different, correct? But it is nothing but a framework which is held safe in the vertical opening of the structure for the purpose of ventilation, air circulation and lighting. Because of these 3 purposes, it will become different from doors, and you will also have different types based on different situations. So that type of building component is known as windows. Now if I talk about ventilators, right? So windows and ventilators will go all together simultaneously, right? Because ventilator is a small window which is provided at the greater height of the story. Near the roof, near the ceiling, right? It is provided only for ventilation purpose, for air circulation. It may be provided in basements, right? If you have basement in your buildings, then you would be able to see that certain spaces, certain small openings will be provided for the purpose of ventilation. The same is also provided for bathrooms, in public buildings also, in bathrooms and in WC, that is water closets, it is provided. So basically it is one type of a window. Now let us move forward with the types of windows. I have already said that if I talk about the components of the window, it will be as much similar to the component of a typical door. If you take a paneled window, then you will have top rail, you will have bottom rail, you will have intermediate rail, you will have panels, the outside member will be frame, and inside that will be the stiles, you will have mullions, that is the separation of two shutters, right? You know what is a shutter, what is a leaf. Okay, so all of these things are going to remain the same, just the difference is that you are discussing now about the window. Okay, so next let us discuss the types of the windows. Now first is your fixed window. Okay, a fixed window itself says it is going to be fixed. It means you cannot close it or open it. We will discuss that in detail with pictures itself. Second you have is pivoted window. What is pivoted window? It means it is pivoted. With the help of those pivots, those hinges, it is going to slide, it is going to move to and fro, which I am going to show you. Next you have a sliding window. I think right now if you are sitting in your room, at your home, you should be having a sliding window because it is very much common these days. You may be having the same in your educational institutes as well. Next we have is casement window. I think we have discussed a casement door, right? We have discussed about glazed and sash doors. Do you remember glazed and sash doors? Casement window is nothing but the same. Only the difference will be, it will be partially glazed or it will be fully glazed, or it will be partially glazed and partially paneled. So it is one and the same. As I said, glazed and sash window. So casement and glazed and sash window are going to remain almost the same with minor changes. Next type you have is metal windows. Now metal windows means the steel windows, the metal windows, the grills which you can see. For safety purpose also, if you have sliding windows, then outside that metal windows shall be provided for, also for safety purpose. It is also cheap. It is most common, it is emerging right now to use metal windows because of lots of advantages. Next type of window we have is bay window. Now bay window is something which is provided for greater air circulation area. It gives more circulation purpose area. It is also a point of architectural view. It will give a very good aspect. So we are going to discuss. When you will see that, you will understand what is a bay window. You have already seen it. You just have to find out that which type of window is called bay window. Next you have is clerestory window. Okay, see all of these words are little bit tad bit different. It is a little bit tough, but when you will see these types of windows, you will already remember that you have seen all of these types of windows. Nothing is new over here. Okay, only the words are little bit tough. Okay, nothing else. Then you have corner window. The name itself says that this window shall be provided in the corner, but how it will be provided, that you will have to study in detail. Next you have is dormer window. Now dormer and gable window. Dormer window and gable window will go together. How it will happen, we will see that. And last you have is lantern window. Now you know what is a lantern, right? In the traditional times it was used, it had a glass like a structure outside, and inside there was a flame which you would carry with the help of suspended rod or a wire on it, right? You know what is a lantern. So the word comes from over there, but what is a lantern window we shall see over here. Okay students, so before directly moving to the types of windows, we are going to discuss certain points, like the same which we had discussed the points regarding the location of doors and windows. Now specifically we are going to discuss about the points which are to be considered, which are to be kept in mind when you are discussing about windows. So for the windows, what are the points to be remembered, points to be considered, or say factors to be remembered, or factors affecting selection of type of window, size of window, dimension of window. See all of these things, if I say, it is going to remain the same. So please remember, it can be asked in any way. Okay. So what is the first point over here? What can you see? Size of the room to be lighted. Okay, what is the size of the room? See, if you have a very big room and if you provide a very small window just like a ventilator, it is not going to be enough, right? So it depends on the size of the room which has to be lighted with the help of a window. Obviously, if you are finding a new house, if you are buying a new house, you always check for air circulation and lighting. Isn't it? It is a major requirement. that you ask the whenever you are taking it from the seller, then you are always going to ask and you are always going to check that what is the amount of sunlight that is coming, what is the direction that you can have good air circulation, you can have cold breeze in the evening, right? So this is the major requirement for the clients. Next you have is location of the room and its utility, right? If the room is located in north direction, in wind say wind direction, that is southwest direction, so it depends on what is the location. You can also say that if it is a normal area where you are living right now, or if it is a coastal area, so it depends on different type of location of the window. Also its utility, that if it is a fixed window, then it is provided only for lighting purpose. If it is a dormer window, then it is specifically provided for sloped roof, right? So its use, utility, it will depend on different types of uses of that particular window. If you are providing for more air circulation, if you want more ventilation, then corner windows can also be provided, because it will be provided at right angles to each other. There will be two windows at the corner, so because of that you will have more air circulation. So it depends on location of the room and its utility. Next you have is architectural treatment given to the building. Now this is going to be a whole module. It will be a full module regarding the different types of treatment given to the building. In architectural treatment, whatever kind of let us say acoustical treatment or anti-termite treatment or any such kind of different types of, from architecture point of view, if you have given any kind of specific courses or treatment, then it will depend that you will have to consider that. Next you have is direction of the wind and its speed. This is I think we discussed this already right now, that how the direction of the wind and its speed is important. So based on that you have to select the type of the window. Next you have is, what is it written? Climatic considerations. I think this is also pretty obvious. It is to be understood. As I said, that if it is in a coastal area, if it is in a area where you are living right now, where there are mild to moderate conditions, so if it is coastal, then it will be humid areas. If it is arid regions like a desert, okay, then it will be hot and humid, so there will be a lot of heat over there. So it depends on the climatic considerations. Also, if you have cold countries, then you will have constant frost and winter. If the winter is more prominent, then based on that different types of windows can be decided. Okay, now let us start with the first type of window, that is fixed window. Now look at the image flashing over here. Can you see that? There is one image which you can see on the left, which is a real image, right? That is your fixed window. In that window, can you see if a latch is provided or a lock is provided or a slider is provided? No, you cannot see that. So this type of window will be your fixed window. It means it will have frame, okay, it will have top rail, it will have bottom rail, and it will have a glass, because it is for lighting purpose only. So it is mandatory to provide glass over here. Because of that only you will have lighting. Okay, another picture on the right which you can see, that is also an example of a fixed window, that how it looks. If you want to draw the sketch of this window, then I think you can imagine that how you will draw. You will show the frames on both sides, you will show top rail, you will show bottom rail, and for the glass you will show three slant lines, that it is a glass material, and that makes your sketch. So it is very pretty simple to draw. So what is the main purpose of providing fixed window? It is provided for majorly for lighting purpose. Okay. The shutters or the frames, the leaves will be fixed over here, as I said, which I discussed already. Okay, so I think fixed window is clear to you. I think if I had not explained, then also you would be able to understand what is a fixed window, right? Okay, now moving to the second, as I said, fully glazed. These are the technical points which you are supposed to remember. I think you will be able to write it down. Moving forward to the second type of window, that is pivoted window. What is pivot? Okay, now look at the image flashing over here. Can you see that? it is not an image, it is actually a clip, a small clip which you can see. Can you see it is hinged, it is pivoted. You can see that you have the frame, okay, the vertical portion is the frame, you have top rail, you have bottom rail, and then you have stiles, okay, but you can see that it is pivoted. It is pivoted, and with that reference, with that hinge, it is opening and closing. This type of window is known as pivoted window. Okay, as I said, the shutters are swinging around. If you want to say it technically, which I said in simple words right now, they are swinging around the pivots. The hinges, the pivots which are provided, it is swinging with reference to that. Now, this can be vertical and horizontal both. Okay, you can rotate this, you can with the reference of the pivot, you can open this window vertically also and horizontally also. Both the images are flashing over here. Okay, so if you want to draw the sketch of this particular thing, then have a look at the image which is flashing again, the third one. You can see it is defined that the top part is known as head. Then the vertical face is the face which is revealed, that is jamb. Do you remember jambs and reveals? So you can see over here you have the jamb, the vertical finishing edges, you have the top rail, bottom rail which I said, you have the pivot hinge, okay. You also have the sill. You know what is a sill, okay, the supporting slab which is provided at the sill level, okay. So these are the technical points which you are supposed to remember. This is the sketch which you are also supposed to draw. I think you would have seen this in high-rise commercial buildings where glass windows are provided. If you can see around the SG highway in Ahmedabad, if you see at the Prahlad Nagar junction, there are lots of buildings like this in which if you can see, then it appears like it is fully made up of glass, but these are the windows which are provided, glass windows which are provided, and they are generally pivoted. If you see any open window while passing over there, then you will be able to see that they are pivoted. So this type of window, now it should be clear to you that you have seen these types of windows, but what it is called and what is the concept. Next we are moving forward to the third type of window, that is sliding window. Now you know, yes, what is a sliding window? It means it slides, the shutters will be sliding. It can be transparent, it can be translucent. Sometimes opaque glasses are also available. You would have seen that for privacy purpose, now opaque glasses with lots of designs is also available. Okay, so it is similar to sliding doors. Had we seen sliding doors sliding in three different types? One was that it was moving in just one direction. The second was it had two shutters and with reference to each other, both of them would be moving in one direction. And the third plan which we had seen had two shutters which are opening in opposite direction. Right, so it is just similar to sliding doors, sliding windows. It is provided in buses, it is provided in trains, it is provided in your residential buildings, also in commercial buildings. At your institute also you have sliding windows. So you can have this horizontally also, and if it is in the trains you can have it vertically also. So this makes your sliding windows. Next we have is casement window. I told you already that glazed and sash window and casement window are more or less the same, but in glazed and sash window it may have cases that it will be partially glazed and partially panelled, it may be fully glazed, okay, but here what you have is it is a glazed window but with casement, with sash bars. Look at the image flashing above me. Can you see? That is the sketch, that is the basic sketch in which we can see the top rail, the bottom rail, you can see the head, you can also see the horn extending, can you see that? Okay, and you can also see at center part separation is provided which is mullion. The same thing you can see in the real image also. Okay, it is basically one type of glazed window, but the glasses are held inside the frame and stile and the rails and with the help of sash bars. Okay, this will be almost fully glazed. This type of window is known as casement window. provided in all types of buildings. I think it is very much common to you. You would have seen these types of windows. Also, in outside countries, in Western countries, casement windows are very much common. You would have seen that at very different places. So as I said that in most cases it will be fully glazed, but you can have a combination also. It can be fully glazed, it can be fully panelled, or you can have a combination of both, that is partially glazed and partially panelled. Okay, it is one type of glazed and sash window only, but you will have a little bit of variations. Okay, next I am taking immediately glazed and sash window. Now you can see that you will tell me that it is nothing but type of a casement window. Yes, it is a type of a casement window. It is very much similar to casement window, but compulsory here you will have fully glazed window, because the name itself is glazed windows, right? So it will not be partly panelled over here, but you will have fully glazed. Now the glasses will be held with the help of rebate bar. Can you see the squares over here? Those are the steel made up of metal or steel. Those are the rebate bars, and the glasses will be held with the help of those rebate bars, and it will be known as sash bars. Okay, so what does it say? That if the height of the window is more, then additional horizontal member can be provided if the height is more. Okay, this makes your glazed and sash window. Okay students, so I think we will keep up to 5 types of windows in today's session. We shall discuss about more different types of windows in the next section. Okay students, that's it for the day. Thank you students.